Week 2, day 5 of our New Testament of the Year reading plan, Mark chapter 10. Again, I'd encourage you, if you've not read it, to go ahead and pause and read it and come back to this. I found it interesting at the very beginning. Says he left there and went to the region of Judea and beyond the Jordan, and crowds gathered to him again. So Mark is stressing that crowds are continuing to form, and again, as was his custom, he taught them. So Mark is stressing that crowds are gathering continually again and again and again, and as was Jesus's custom, he is teaching again. And we continue to see this conflict with the Pharisees as they come and question about divorce, and verse 10, the disciples question what everything means, and Jesus continues to teach throughout the rest of Mark 10 that his kingdom, that everything is going to be different, that it is not as an earthly kingdom, it is not what they expect, everything will be different. This concept of children in verse 13, let the little children come to me, for to such belongs the kingdom of God. So the priority of children had absolutely no status in that culture. And Jesus is stressing that this is the type of kingdom that I'm bringing in. The story of the rich young man that's told to go sell everything, and the wealth is no longer, does not matter in this new kingdom that Jesus is bringing in. And the people continuing to be astonished in verse 26, and Jesus foretelling his death a third time to the disciples, and they still don't get it. James and John have kind of an argument or a discussion. They go to Jesus for a discussion on who can sit on his right hand and who can be on his left in this kingdom, in Jesus' glory. So they don't get it, and Jesus stresses this concept of servant leadership. Whoever would be great must be your servant, and the first must be a slave of all. So everything in this new kingdom is upside down. What the world looks at as worthy, Jesus looks at as unimportant, and what the world looks at as unimportant and unworthy, Jesus stresses that is who he came for. And then we conclude this chapter with the healing of a blind man. I always find it interesting in verse 51, this blind man comes to Jesus, and Jesus says, "What do you want me to do for you?" Jesus obviously knew he was blind and obviously knew he wanted to be healed, but he made this blind person ask. It should be encouraging, or encourage us that as we need things, we need to ask Jesus as well. We can't assume, hey, he knows. He wants us to come to him. He wants us to ask. So an interesting chapter. Crowds gather again. Jesus teaches again, and he's teaching that everything's going to be different. This kingdom is not as the world looks at a kingdom, and we're going to see that throughout the rest of Mark, and as we hit the other gospels throughout the year, that this kingdom Jesus ushers in is not like an earthly kingdom and not what we prioritize at all. So hope you have a good day. Snowing out there, so be safe. It sounds like we'll get significant snow today. They're talking like 8 inches. I'm hoping they're wrong, but it's Iowa in January. I suppose that happens once in a while, but be safe, and we'll connect again. I won't be on here again till Monday when we kick off into chapters 11 through 15 for next week. So hope if if you're falling behind, just catch up. Just either catch up or just jump in. You know, it's important to be in God's Word. Have a great day.